Good morning and welcome back to Willow Springs International Raceway. And it's not for what you think, or I mean, maybe it is. Today is a really big day for me here. It is officially our first ever Porsche sprint race in our Porsche Boxster race car. Now this is what we've been working for as long as we've been driving, and more specifically even last year when we got our racing license. We've been putting in the work, not only working on our racecraft, but also just putting in the seat time and time attack. And we took a little bit of a step back from that this year and putting it all into what we're exactly doing today. Wheel-to-wheel sprint racing action and the Porsche race car, and I am so stoked. I'd also be lying if I said I wasn't really nervous. Now, you guys know we've done wheel-to-wheel races before, but only in endurance. And then the difference in endurance is you're preserving the car, you're preserving the tire. You have 4+ hours to race this race and make sure the car makes it home. Well, today we have 25 minutes of all-out, non-stop action, wheel-to-wheel with 20+ Boxsters out on this track. It's gonna be intense. It's gonna be extreme. If you guys don't know, Big Willow is a track where you need some big to go really fast out there, and there's a lot of guys here that are already very fast. We're gonna be racing against people that have been in the Porsche Cup Car Series, Lamborghini Cup Series, so much. We are in for a very wild ride, but I'm gonna take you guys along for every step of what it's like for me and my first ever Porsche sprint race. Super stoked. Now we're gonna be racing under Team WR Technica, and we have our crew chief here today. What's up, Alex?
What's up, man?
You stoked, man?
Oh yeah.
What's the plan for today? Go fast?
Go fast, keep it all in one place, and do 132.
Yeah, okay.
That's what we want. That's what we want.
Jeez, man, all the pressure. So unfortunately, Tim had some prior engagements this weekend, so he's unable to make it, which is I'm super bummed for, because this is like what we've been working for forever. Like I said, our first ever sprint race. But the team at WR Technica here is just mega, and Alex has been taking care of us today. I think you're ready to go, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Now I should probably give you guys a little rundown of the Boxster here. We spent all day yesterday testing and making sure this car is good to go. There's a bunch of new things that we added to the car to get it ready for this weekend, and probably the largest being we have a full data system in the car now. This dash is insane. Full electronic dash, gives me all the data that I need, all my temps, PSI, RPM, speed. Literally everything is on this dash, and it is sick. And now we actually have a proper data reading system if I need some coaching on where to go faster. And yesterday we did a ton of that. Yesterday my fastest time on these old scrubbed semi-slick tires was a 134.1. And these are about 3 full days of use on scrubbed semi-slicks, which is pretty brutal. So today we have a practice session, then we go to qualifying, and we have 2 25-minute sprint races. So this morning I'll be running practice on these tires, qualify on a sticker set, and we have to use that sticker set throughout the entire weekend. We are not allowed to change tires. So it's good that I have some experience on some older tires, but for the first race and qualifying, we'll be on brand new stickers, which I'm super stoked for. So we've pretty much got everything all set up. We've got the team getting the car set up currently, and all I gotta do is really focus on racing and getting that mindset. Like I said, I would be lying if I said I wasn't nervous. I've done wheel-to-wheel before, but never in spec racing with 20+ Boxsters on a very fast track. It's gonna be intense, but that's part of it, and I'm gonna take you guys along for every step. We do have a new sponsor added to the race car, and that is Fitment Industries, and let me show you guys why. Fitment Industries made sure that we were secured with a fresh race wheel and tire setup. Look at these chunks, man. Oh my god, they're not quite a full slick because they do have these 2 grooves, but good gosh, that is a lot of rubber. Now, Fitment Industries made sure we were secured and good to go as always. So not only do they help us out on the street and getting our street/race tires, they can also get you guys race tires. So if you need any wheels, tires, suspension, make sure to check out Fitment Industries. I'm gonna leave a link down in the description box below. This is insane. So this is what we're gonna be putting on the car before we go out for qualifying. It is going to be quite the ride. It's insane. Game time. time. Now, practice matters just as much as anything else does. Where you land in practice determines where you land in qualifying. So whether I'm in qualifying 1 or qualifying 2, naturally you'd want to be in qualifying 1, just because the faster drivers will obviously be in qualifying 1, which in return will, in hopes, make me faster as well, being in a faster group with faster cars. So that is the ultimate goal. But if not, qualifying 2 is where we're going to land, and we'll see what placing we can get out of the 22-ish cars that are here. All right, it's game time. Alex, you ready?
Let's do it, bro. Let's do it.
Practice time. Here we go. All right, practice 1. Now, like I told you guys, even practice matters because this seats you where you're going to be in qualifying. And honestly, being very early to practice is super important, and that is something I learned the hard way here. Unfortunately, during practice, I got stuck behind a slower car that I wasn't able to quite get around and land a really good heater lap. So I took this time to kind of practice drafting behind a car. Once again, gain my bearings. We drove all day yesterday, which gave me a ton of practice. So today was just kind of getting those nerves out, getting on track, and kind of getting in that headspace of we're about to go wheel-to-wheel racing. So I did a bunch of laps. Like I said, unfortunately unable to pass the car ahead of me, but can't let it get to my head. We ended our practice with a 1:37, which was not ideal at all. All right, first practice debrief. Honestly, not the practice that I really wanted. We got stuck behind a slower car and just couldn't get around it. Something that we're just gonna have to work with and figure it out down the road. Now it's time to put the stickers on. What do you think about practice, Alex?
I think we went well. There was a lot of traffic. Overall, there are times that you're coming in, you're consistent still. We can find a little bit more power.
Yeah, that's the problem. Is this car feels really slow.
We're gonna do a compression check on it for sure.
Get through it, but it's time to put on stickers and wait for our qualifying. One more issue that I had that I thought was just maybe my braking pressure was my front brakes were locking up, and I'll show you why that was happening. My ABS sensor sheared off. Thankfully, this happened at the end of practice. I wasn't really sure if we hot spotted the rotors or maybe I was just braking a little bit too much going into the corners. But no. Sure enough, my ABS sheared right off. That is not good. So thankfully, we have about an hour until qualifying, so I'm gonna get this fixed up.
So the ABS sensor was a culprit. That's why we locked up. But what we're going to do is we're going to be a quick repair with Deutsch connectors, which is what it had originally. And we should be back on the road here.
Oh, I really hope so. Not ideal, so we are in the qualifying session 2, which kind of sucks, but we're going to fight. I think everybody needs an Alex in their life here.
Appreciate it.
I'd be so screwed before we get to go. Car's ready, it's game time. The Q1 drivers are heading out right now. We have about a 20-minute wait until their qualifying 1 session is done, and then we are out for a full set, baby. Just gonna do what we can do. All right, time for qualifying. This is really where it becomes very important that I am on my A game. Now, in case you aren't familiar, qualifying is essentially what I used to do in Time Attack. You are shooting for your fastest time around the track possible, because that's going to grid you for the start of the race. And of course, they're gonna have the fastest drivers in the front and making their way all the way back. So for the race, it's gonna be imperative that I have the fastest lap I can possibly get to hopefully push myself up as far as I possibly can to stay with those fast drivers. So it's time to buckle in, focus, and set my fastest lap time. it wasn't working. I have no idea.
Dude, you got a bunch of 134s on my end.
Okay.
And you dropped 3 spots. That's good. And save some tire.
A little quality debrief here. Actually went pretty well. We again were knocked by traffic, but I was able to back off and at least get a couple of decent laps. Not really where I wanted. We ran a 34.2, which is awesome. But yesterday on the scrubs, I ran a 34.1. There's still a lot of time to be had in these tires, but the thing is, what I'm used to is, yes, there's a lot of time to be had, but what I'm not used to is, we're racing wheel to wheel. Time doesn't necessarily matter now. Now it's about racecraft, figure out how to improve position in real time. So that's what we're gonna have to do. The good news here is we landed ourselves P12 out of 23 cars, so smack dab right in the middle. That's where I figured I was gonna be mid-pack for my first time ever. That's number one, that's epic, but also it's gonna be a really good spot for me. I do think there's gonna be a lot of good battles when I'm out there battling with other people that are right on me, but the gap from P12 and 11 to P10 is almost like 1.5 seconds, so that's going to be interesting in the race too, to see if we can keep up with the front runner pack, which ultimately the goal is to obviously do that. But for my first ever Porsche sprint race, we are sitting really well. I'm excited to go wheel to wheel finally. It's freaking insane, the journey that we've had racing, all the way from just doing regular track days, competing in time attack, and now we are wheel to wheel in a Porsche. That's insane. So practice went okay, qualifying was okay. Let's hit the race and let's hit it hard and give it everything we got. So we have about an hour, we're gonna have lunch, and then suit up and get ready for the race.
All right, so we've been doing a lot of tire chasing since yesterday and looking at our consistency. So we've been starting you off at 23, 23, 23, and 21, and your pressures coming in have been even. So I think for this next one coming out, we want to reach that target of 27, 27, 28, 28.
Okay.
On that front left.
Fucking sender, baby. We'll see. I'm curious to see what race pace is like in that pack, you know? All right, it's game time. Cooling the car off right now. Guys, it's our first ever wheel-to-wheel sprint race. Let's get it. Race 1. Now this is where it becomes really real. This is my first ever sprint race and my heart is beating out of my chest. The outlap is really cool. You have about a half of a lap to warm these tires up before you get to the race start. Once you're done with your half a lap, you meet up with the rest of the group and it's time to get in formation for the start of the race. Now it really depends on the front runners and how fast they go, but usually you're about 55 miles per hour until you reach the radio tower and they throw the green flag. My first ever race start down, and for race 1, my start wasn't that bad. The dark blue car and behind me had a really good jump on me on the start, and I've noticed throughout the weekend, my race starts are probably the one thing that needs the most work, but so far so good. We're keeping up with the pack. It's intense. Everybody is everywhere. Really, the start of the race has the most action, at least in my experience so far. Now for lap 2, I have really great pace on the cars ahead of me, and now it's time to start fighting and finding ways to get around these cars to improve position. On this track, like I said, it is very fast, but that also means there's a few different places that we can choose to pass. This is turn 2, and turn 3 is a really great way to pass. It just gets a little scary after this turn here coming up the hill. Once you get into the sections of 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, it gets a little hairy. We have to be smart about this, pick and choose our battles, and go for our move at the perfect time. There it is, our first ever pass in our sprint race. We outbroke just a little bit, was able to carry more speed into turn 2 and keep pushing as hard as we could. But with the good, also comes the bad. Sometimes the car gets out from under you, nerves get high, you're in the heat of the moment, and to be honest, you fuck up. And this was definitely not how I wanted my first race to go. We made an epic pass, and just like that, we threw away almost 5 positions. So we're in the back, but in racing, you can't stop. It's about being resilient and, like I said, fighting and pushing as hard as you can. So we got right back on track. I made sure the car was all good, we had no problems, and it was time to fight. Resilience. Not only did we wreck, get back on track and keep pushing, we gained every single position lost back in this race. Now it's time to fight and catch up to the rest of the pack. We're back in it, we gotta keep pushing. We got a little too hot up at the horseshoe up there. First race, success. Race number 1 complete. And I think the major takeaway, or the word of the race, is resilience. I cooked it a little too hard coming into turn 3, which sent the rear out onto the dirt. Not only lost that pass, but also lost about 4 or 5 other positions. But I made sure the car was okay, got right back into it, and made up all of the positions that I actually lost in, ended where I started, which is pretty cool. That being said, we finished the race and we brought the car back unharmed somehow. I do not, because that was a crazy off. That was not a fun place to go off. But we learned from it. It's time to get back out there. We have one more race today to make something happen. We're still P12, which is sick, still in center field, but it's time to reset, get back in it, and we have one more race for today. All right, here we go. So we actually moved up 2 places. We are P10. From P12 to P10, which super stoked. Race 2, we are right back to it. We had a little bit of a break. Now it's time for our last race of the day, putting everything that we learned from race 1 into race 2 and going all in. Same thing, we have our outlap to get our tires hot. We have formation, wait for the green flag, and it's time to send it. Well, again, not an ideal start. Like I said, my race starts definitely need some help. We lost 2 positions on start, so again, it was time to fight back and gain those positions back, which thankfully we were able to do, put us right back into P10, and now it's time to fight. For race 2, we had an awesome race. No incidents. The car felt great, we drove great, but we were in this kind of limbo zone where we weren't quite with the front runners and we were fast enough to pull away from the backpacks. We were right in the center, kind of in what they call no man's land. It was just me on the track running, which was awesome for the race. I got to work on my racecraft, work on my driving, and push all the way to the end. Fuck yeah, dude.
It was fucking crazy out there, dude.
Yeah.
Top 10, baby.
I'll take it. That was sick as fuck. Good job, dude.
That was a blast.
Fuck yeah.
Ooh.
How'd the car feel?
Fucking sick. We crushed it, the whole team. Thank you guys. Top 10, baby.
Yeah.
Stayed on track this time.
Hell yeah.
Can we go again?
Yeah.
Let's go, bro. What a race, man. Top 10.
Crazy.
Top 10. That was my ultimate goal for this weekend, was to land somewhere in top 10, and we did it. Oh God, sorry. P10 for our final race for the day, but we're not done yet. First ever POC race weekend, P10, top 10. That's so sick.
First time doing crew chief.
And this car is quite scary.
Yeah.
It is not all there yet.
We're learning as we go with the car too. So we're finding something new every time.
Every time.
Every time.
I during this race, I thought my rear tire exploded or debeaded because that large boom, but it ended up just being my fender liner. Yep. So thankfully, because that would have been a really bad situation. This is what we've been dealing with all weekend. To end our day here at the track, we're gonna prepare for tomorrow morning. Like I told you guys, we have one more race, but that means tomorrow we do all this over again. We have practice, we have qualifying. Just instead of 2 races, it's only 1. So to prepare for this, we're gonna be Xing my tires. Unfortunately, we were gonna put these spares on, or my scrubs on for practice, because it doesn't really matter, but I'm already starting to cord these tires. So these things are done. And it's pretty crazy that I ran these all day Friday and the first half of today. So we got a lot of pace left in it. That's crazy.
Look how bad the wind is.
Wow, it's wild.
40 mile an hour gust.
Yeah.
That's what we're dealing with all day.
So now we're to X these and we're ready to go for the morning. Hey, yo, my ABS is fucked again. Oh, I knew it. I knew I was fucking lost.
This is not working.
Dude, I fucking knew it, bro.
We're even touching it. The tire's touching the sensor, and we had it tucked up there.
Dude, I knew I didn't have ABS. I did that whole race, no ABS. Holy shit. I fucking knew it. So, this is the problem that we're having. This is my ABS sensor right here, and the tire keeps shearing it off. Thankfully, WR Technica houses all this stuff, and the team knows what the hell they're doing. Sender, baby.
The guys at WR Technica are making it happen. Even after hours, that's what we do.
ABS ain't going nowhere now.
Custom hole. This is plenty. So now we can just do this, and we can use this brake line here.
So originally our ABS was set up right up there in the wheel well. Now we're gonna be able to put it behind the damper right here, which should be totally out of the way.
Let's get the last piece in there to lock them all in.
Saving the day once again. Let's go.
WRT.
Let's go. Trackside rewiring. The only possible way I would be here right now is WR Technica.
Say,
I literally can't stress enough how much none of this would be possible without the help of WR Technica. You guys know, even past me actually doing wheel-to-wheel races, track days, if you are looking for track prep, coaching, assistance at track, WR Technica is literally the only place you guys should be looking here in SoCal. I mean, how does it get any better than this? And obviously, they do more than just Porsche. They do any cars. They've done our M2, our Type R, even all the way back in our S2000. WR Technica has been there for us every step of the way, and it's so cool to still be with them and racing on Team WR Technica for our sprint series. It just makes it that much more special. So again, none of this could even be possible without WRT and of course Alex. Alex is literally the man. So we are done, we are set up. Alex.
You good, Dustin?
Hell yeah, dude, we got ABS again.
Yeah.
Let's go, dude. So not only is he on comms with me, making sure I'm good during the race and telling me when to actually go on green, he's in the pits putting in some work, dude. In the trenches. We get to do all over again tomorrow, bro.
8 p.m.
Let's go. Guys, and welcome to our last day here at Willow Springs for our very, very last race. We have one more race, so we're putting in preparation for everything, just like we did yesterday. Tire pressures, we did a once-over over the car. We even made sure to use some Maguires, and it's the new good stuff too. Clean car's a fast car. Look at this. So Alex this morning went ahead and wiped down the car for me, and it looks so good in the white. Shout out to Maguires. Essentially the same thing as yesterday. We looking good?
What's up? Yeah, we're looking good, dude.
Practice, qualify, and race all on one set of tires. Not ideal, but we're gonna make the best out of it. Day 2, spoiler alert, race 3 was my best race of the weekend, and it was extremely epic. I'm super stoked. Just like yesterday, we do have practice and qualifying, so I'll run through it really quickly because I know it can get kind of monotonous, but both practice and qualifying went really well. Perfect practice session. 3 seconds faster in practice than yesterday. We ran a low 34, which is awesome compared to yesterday's practice, which was a 37. We ended up top, very first position on qualifying 2. So not qualifying 1, unfortunately, because I was hoping I'd have like somebody in front.
Yeah.
But top of qualifying 2, which means we have all the space in the world on the track to set a really good flyer. Now, if I can time it to where we don't hit traffic in the 3rd or 4th lap, that would be ideal. But much better overall setup than yesterday. And like I said, we had a full clear track. Let's get out there and qualify for our last race. Just like yesterday, qualifying is what lands us a really good spot in the race start. So here we have to give it everything, but as you guys can see, we have an open track for qualifying, which is epic. It's time to full send.
First 133. And he's actually All right, so tell me. Tell me.
Fuck yeah.
What you got?
33, baby, let's go. Faster and faster. All that space, man.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. So that was the best qualifying so far, which I think is gonna put us in a really sick position for the actual race.
Awesome.
Fuck yeah, we're gonna be in it, dude. We're gonna
Hell
be in
yeah.
it deep. All right, it's game time, Alex. You ready, dude?
Yeah, let's do this.
Crazy qualifier this morning. We are starting the race P9. We're in it. We are in it deep. I'm nervous, dude.
Turn one.
Turn one. Oh my God. So my goal today is to hopefully push and not try to lose position in the start of the race. That's my biggest weakness, is going to be the start, but we're going to push and see what I can make happen. The guys that are in front of me and even the guys that are behind me are really, really fast. So hopefully it gives me that push to keep up with them, but if not, we gotta fight our fight. So it's about that time. GT class, yeah. One more. The GT3 Cup cars just came off, so now it is our turn. We're gonna suit up, go grid, and make something happen. You guys know the deal by now. We have our outlap. It's time to get in formation, and then it's time to give everything that we got. It's our last race of the entire weekend. It's time to go full send, no mistakes, and go as hard as we possibly can. Let's get it. epic race of the weekend and some of the most fun that I've had in my entire life. Now we have our buddy Keith ahead in the gray Boxster, and that's my next target, but we're already pretty deep into the race, and at this point we're once again stuck in no man's land. We made a couple of really amazing passes, got ourselves in a really sick spot for the race. Now it's time to push as hard as we can to try and get as far up as we can, but staying clean and staying in it.
Yeah!
That was sick.
Let's fucking go!
Yeah.
He got a little bit of rubbing.
Oh yeah, Robin's racing, baby. Oh, he was racing.
Good driving, man. Let's go.
Nice.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Dude,
6.
consistency.
Fuck.
More than consistency, you kept
Dude.
getting faster, dude.
Faster and good.
PV.
132 PV.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Talk about rubbing. That's wheel-to-wheel racing right there.
Got some rubbing is racing incident,
That's
huh?
fucking epic.
Yeah.
I was in my car. Oh, P6.
Yep. The settings work.
Dude, that is what we worked for all weekend.
Every time something happens to the car, we fixed it.
We fucking battled till the end,
Yep.
baby. Let's go. Truly an epic weekend. The wheel-to-wheel sprint racing experience is everything I wanted it to be and so much more. This may be the end of the weekend, but it's just the start of our journey. I have so many people to thank for making this weekend possible, and of course WR Technica for being the absolute best team, especially Alex for helping me keep the car running all weekend. There's no way I would have been able to do that without him, and definitely my coach MJ for making sure I had the fundamentals down and keeping me accountable for all my sim practice. But most importantly, you guys. You've seen my journey since the very first time I got on track, and this is only the beginning for all this. To be P6 for our very first race weekend is pretty incredible, but we still have a lot to learn and we have a lot of work to do. Next up, Laguna Seca. Oh, you're still here. Thanks for watching this long. If you made it this far, you should consider subscribing right up here, or I guess down below. And YouTube really thinks that you're gonna like this video right over here, so maybe check that one out. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Let's get back to it.